Hello parents. So in this video I'm going to talk about what I actually teach in my classroom. I am your child's English teacher. I also teach their humanities, also called history class, and their inquiry class. And I'm going to work my way from the back to the front. So I'm going to start with inquiry. Inquiry is a specific IB class. And what we basically do is teach kids how to academically go through the inquiry process. So the inquiry process is this. We find a problem, we research why it's a problem, and we research the components of the problem. We use the components of the problem and the research that we've developed to begin to create or design our solution to the problem. And then we compare our solution with our research and make edits. We reflect at that point. That's one reflection time. Then once we've gone through that process, we have our design, and we try to use our design, and we reflect back as to whether or not we think our design will work based on when we tried to use it, some problems that we encountered. We go back to our research or possibly do more research to see how we can improve our design to fix any of the problems we encountered. And basically we cycle through this way once we've hit that point. In 6th grade, it's the first time we've done it. So once we find a problem, we research the problem, we brainstorm ideas for a design, and then we go back to our research and try to improve our design and edit some of our brainstorming ideas. That's when we create our design plan. And once we've created our design plan, we present it and we get feedback. We reflect on the feedback, and we revise and present our final product. That's typically what we go through in the 6th grade mode. As they go higher and higher, especially when they get into the DP program, those last 2 steps cycle quite a bit and are a lot more intensive. The focus in 6th grade is going to be research and developing our research, and then explaining our ideas. So as you've already seen in the peanut butter jelly sandwich, or peanut butter sandwich, sorry, this year we didn't do jelly. Peanut butter sandwich steps, which seemed like they didn't have a point. Our focus is using precise language and descriptive language. And then what we're doing right now, many of your students told you that we interviewed juniors and seniors. They were our primary source for our current inquiry project. And so we want to really focus this year on making sure that the skills surrounding research and the skills surrounding communication are taken care of and really rock solid as they get ready to dig really deep into that design process. So that's what we're doing in inquiry. We have some fun designs. As I talked about the Parent IB night, our community service hours are in one of our design projects in inquiry. We actually have kindness projects, and we're going to be starting those soon. We have how to be a successful middle schooler project, which is what we're working on right now. We have a design project to build a tool. It goes along with one of our novel units. So that's what we're learning about in inquiry, and that's what we'll be doing in inquiry. Inquiry will be graded based on criterion that are used in the IB program, year 1 criterion for inquiry class and design class, sorry. And it will also be graded on participation and completion of work. Next we have history, and in history we have a textbook. It is our only big textbook. It is our first big heavy textbook, I think. I don't think we had the big heavy textbooks in kindergarten through 5th grade. You will never see this textbook because the textbooks are checked out in my classroom. I actually check them out to me, so you don't have to worry about your child losing their textbook. And they stay in my classroom. There is one purpose, well, there's several purposes to the textbook, but the biggest one this year is that we are going to learn how to take notes and learn how to study our notes by reading a super boring textbook. That's the 2 focuses of the actual textbook. Then we're going to use inquiry projects to learn about our cultures. We are doing ancient civilization, timeline for you for history in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So 6th grade is ancient, Stone Age, Paleolithic, all the way through Sumeria, Egypt, and once humans spread out in the world. We study the foundations of each of the civilizations on each of the continents, basically. Once we hit that, we go to 7th grade, and 7th grade is a specific time frame of medieval time in each culture. So they go basically through a few hundred years over and over and over again. And then narrowing it down, it ends in the Americas in 7th grade, and in 8th grade, you have American history, and brings us up to, I believe 8th grade ends. I have not taught 8th grade in like 8 years. I believe 8th grade history ends with after the Civil War and before World War I. Just after the Civil War, I believe. Not too far after the Civil War is when 8th grade history ends. Okay? So that's our history. Textbook's purpose is we're learning how to take notes. We're learning how to study our notes. And then it will be supplemented with inquiry projects. Their kids are currently doing one. It's their Stone Age Web Quest, where they learn more about the culture and what happened during that time frame. So that's history. And then English. We have 2 things for English as well. So English, and this is our textbook, and it seems kind of strange, but I love it because it is consumable. It looks like a little magazine. We have 10 of these. Your kid will be issued 1 at a time. So this is the one we're working on right now. It takes about 3 weeks to get through each of the little magazines. In addition, in this magazine, we will be practicing Reader's Workshop and Writer's Workshop. So we're going to be reading informational text. We just finished working on summaries. We're about to start comparing and contrasting 2 texts. Reader's Workshop is where we read and think critically. Writer's Workshop is where we take what we've read and we write about it. There are Google Slide presentations last year when we were virtual. It was hard and it was awful, but there were some positive things that happened. And one of the positive things is that I was able to get on a team from all over America who uses Benchmark and help digitize the curriculum. And one of the cool things about the way we digitized it is it's actually self-guided. So if a kid misses something in class, by going through the weekly slides, they'll be able to understand. And there's actually helpful videos attached because we were virtual last year and we kept them that way. So in English, the second thing is novels. So we will be doing a few novel units this year. I know Hatchet is one. I know Lightning Thief is one. And I have a set of a list of novels, and I haven't picked the last 2 because I'm not quite sure. I really like to get to know the personalities of the kids before I make decisions on what novels I think would be best and pique their interest most. So just to recap, I know I'm talking really fast and I apologize. In English, because I don't want this video to be very long. In English, we use these, and we use novels, and we also use Google Slides that are assigned in Google Classroom, and they are self-guided, but because we don't have to be self-guided, I'm able to teach in class, and we use the self-guided slides as backup if we need a refresher when we're at home. I hope this helps. If you have any questions about what we're learning, or if you have any questions about the textbooks or the novels, please reach out to me. I would love feedback. I love to talk to my parents and explain more. I just feel like this section is a little bit more housekeeping and not as interesting as how we can make sure all the homework gets done and how we can make sure all the grades are taken care of. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. Thanks. Bye.